Hey, this is Hollywood Lost again with another short video. Today we're going to see Samson and Delilah. Yep, Samson and Delilah. That is a Paramount release. The movie was shot in 1949, or was released in 1949, directed by the legendary Cecil B Demille. Got some great pictures of Mr. Demille in this little run here. The movie starred Hedy Lamarr and Victor Mature playing Samson. Oddly enough, the film was shot in the Alabama Hills, which was a very popular shooting place here in California. It was also shot in Algeria and Morocco. And last but not least, of course, it was shot in Paramount Studios. Great film here today, and so I think I've got some pretty good pictures here for you. Some of these I don't think anybody's ever seen. Also, having said that, I'm going to change my disclaimer here a little bit. I'm not going to any further post a disclaimer about the use of these pictures. I want everyone to feel free to use these for whatever they want. I'm not going to hold them out there and then say don't use them. I cannot sign a release for the actor. That's something you would have to handle yourself. It depends on how you're going to use the picture, but I can verify that I am the owner of the originals of all these pictures, and as far as I know, these are the only copies of these pictures. So from my standpoint, feel free to go ahead and use them. Why not? Anyway, Samson and Delilah. Let's start with picture one. Okay, this first picture here is just the courtyard. Everything was hand built in those days. Everything was done by the art department. No CGI in those days. No computers. It's way before the computer era. There's another shot similar to that one with the stones in place and whatnot, and you can see the slate there on the right with the production number. Everything at Paramount was done by a production number. This is a continuity still. This next pic, oh, I bet you can't tell me who that is. That's Angela Lansbury. Yep, Murder, She Wrote, Mrs. Potts in the animated Disney feature. But when she was young, she was quite the dish, let me tell you. And there is the man himself. That is Cecil B Demille. And how would you like to be that young actress with him staring at you, bearing down on you? That had to be a tough day for her. I don't know, maybe it wasn't. I hear he wasn't quite hard to work with. Here's an interior. I call it an interior because it's shot in a soundstage. It's actually an exterior, but it was shot inside the soundstage. Look at the lighting. They built a little oasis there and whatnot. Here's another angle, another interior shot to be exterior. Mr. DeMille himself on the right, watching after his baby there. He's in several of these shots, actually. Well, this next shot, this gives you an idea here how elaborate these sets were. There was no CGI in those days. This was many, many years before the computer era. This was all hand built and done by art department people. Here's another example of that. This is the pool area, and obviously it had to have water and be functional for them to swim in it. All real. Nothing was simulated in those days. Now this picture here gives you an idea of just how elaborate and how large this set really was. This is done inside one of the larger stages at Paramount Pictures, and that's quite an elaborate set there. I mean, that's large. Here's a little closer view of it. Look how real the stone and everything looks. This was all done by hand in those days. Once again, no CGI. This was all done by art department and craftsmen. These people were all craftsmen. You can see a couple of the big lights up there. I would imagine it took a lot of lights to light this set, especially when you had all those old arcs in those days. Here's a couple more lights you can see here in another angle for continuity once again to register where everyone was. And this last picture, well, this is where the columns fell when Samson went on the rampage and tore everything apart. So that's it for these pictures. I thank everybody for coming by and watching. Please share these pictures and feel free to use them if you have a use. And I'll see you on the next one.